And when Kate blackmailed me, basically, I freaked out. I mean, I've got some pretty awful pictures of me, and I didn't want my parents finding out, and I don't want teachers to find out. I mean, I went out with my cousin, and she took like over 50 photos of me, and some of them are just shocking. And I mean, even my boss has looked at them, and he commented saying, like, you know, to calm down, like he didn't trust me at work. So it's really scary how it can affect your career. And I don't want to be seen as someone I'm not just because of photos. Just because of some silly photo of me. I guess when Kate wanted to put it online, I mean, yeah, I'm up for a bit of fun, but she wanted to put the fight online. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny watching someone else's pain. You know, someone rolling on the ground, yeah. So as soon as she found that funny, I just really wanted out. It's always hard to be brave, I guess, and it was hard for me to say something because I didn't want to lose all my friends, but I guess, yeah, you really need to know when to speak up about things like that, because seeing someone in that much pain isn't fun, and it doesn't feel good. I didn't feel good. I tried to talk to Chloe, and she just kind of greased me off, and Jack did the same, but it took a lot of courage to be able to speak to them properly and apologise, and for them to finally speak to me again. And now we talk, and now we're friends. Not best friends, but we're getting there. So I was really worried because I've been friends with Em and Kate for years. I mean, Kate's been my best friend since I was 5. But yeah, I'm not friends with them now. Kate's at some other school, and I don't know, Em's somewhere. So I've got new friends. I don't care. I've got new friends, and I can actually be the person I want to be.
I think the best thing about the film is how it just relates to today's society, and everything is real, and you'll face all these situations in life.
I liked that it was very realistic, like that type of stuff would happen at school. Maybe not to that extent, but it's easy to relate to.
I think the best thing about the film was when when the girl owned up to what she had done, because it shows a lot of leadership by having the ability to stand up and say, you know what you were doing was wrong.
Yeah, I'd say it is realistic because it's a realistic film, because I've seen it happen amongst my group of friends and amongst people my age all the time.
The scenarios that were presented in the video were realistic. They were, I mean, I've had several situations that are very similar to that I've had to deal with the kids. Even with younger kids, as young as year 6, dealing with those sorts of issues.
When teenagers are going through their stage of technology and stuff, they start experimenting and doing a whole lot of things that they probably wouldn't usually do in adult years, like sexting and posting inappropriate photos and sending comments to people that they wouldn't usually do.
It raises lots of different avenues, from whether you're the bystander to whether you're the participant, and I think that's important to start discussions around the issues that happen on the internet.
Well, the main messages in the film that I got were basically you have to be really careful before if you think it's something so small, it can actually escalate to be something that's so much bigger than what you thought originally. Like, for example, in the film, she thought that by uploading that one picture, it would just be funny and a joke, and it turned out people left the school, and it was huge.
I think I identified most with the girl who owned up and with the girl that was being bullied, because I've been in that situation where I've had to own up to being the victim of it.
It wasn't fair.
Oh, is this fair?
I definitely have to say that I identified most with Mike, because if something like that happened to me, if I saw my girlfriend with another guy like that, I would get very angry, and I would maybe start, do what he did. And it just shows that if you do get angry, you can't actually always react like that, because it'll have really negative impacts on you in the future.
Facebook and YouTube is just their life. To say to a child, you can't use Facebook, a 13, 14-year-old, when they've just started using it, it's like taking away their lifeline or their connection to their friends.
Instead of sending a letter to someone, they certainly would text and they expect a response straight away. If something happened 2 minutes ago, they can live stream that and it can be distributed to everyone.
The benefit of a resource like that is that it allows teachers who are often of a different generation to tap into the real world of teenagers and see things from their perspective.
The film should be seen by adolescents, preteens, anyone who's involved in the internet, technology, because it's really important to understand that these things are out there and that if something does go wrong or something does happen to you, that you can always talk to someone about it.
From the film, I'd say that I learned that just again, you have to be really careful with what you do on the internet. You have to be really careful with safety. And also in the film, when you think that something's just a joke, not a big deal, it really can be. And you have to think about how other people will feel and how they'll react.
By seeing this, if I did have anything inappropriate on my page or whatever, I would dial it down and remove posts and stuff that I thought were inappropriate.
I think I will. Just when I go home, I'll just double check all my Facebook photos and friends that I have and see if anyone can cause threat.
Even at the moment, if I get a funny picture of my friend, if I get without thinking, I think it's a joke, I think all my friends will find it as a joke, I'll just put it on the internet, you know, like without thinking. But then again, I think you should really be careful and especially just ask the person who the pictures are. I definitely would say that it is important for people to learn about all these things, because if you don't know the dangers that you can get into on social networking sites, then you'll just do whatever you want, and then, as you can see, it'll escalate to a potentially bad situation.
They're kind of issues that are quite serious. Like sexting can lead to criminal offences and it can stop you from doing a lot of jobs, and you may not get employed by people that you like, by jobs you might want to get employed to.
Treat everyone equally, no rude comments that can hurt their feelings, because you won't know how they feel and that it could ruin your friendship with them.
You don't recognise me, do you? No. I'm Lou. We met at Jack's party. Right, I'm Kate. I know, I've seen your photos.
You should be careful what you put on the internet because it all comes back to you in the end.